Hey Kings of Dragons, Dragon King 551 here, and we're back with another Star Wars theory video. Now, obviously, this one is about if Dooku died in Episode 2 instead of Episode 3. Now, obviously, I said that this plot was going to be somewhat similar to if Grievous had died earlier in the story, instead of dying in Episode 3 when Obi-Wan went to kill him in Utapau. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about how this strands away from the actual story that we know and love about Anakin turning to the dark side, Padme and Anakin's relationship, and all of that. So, let's start with the easiest one. Dooku dies in Episode 2 instead of Episode 3. How could that possibly happen? Well, what I think happens is that even though Anakin is more rash in Episode 2 than I feel in Episode 3, yes, Anakin's powers have become stronger in Episode 3, and he's trained stronger, and he knows how to beat Dooku now with his fury and more aggressive attacks. I feel that the reason that, let's say Anakin doesn't do the same death that he did in Episode 3. Okay, so here's how I'm going to break it down. Basically, yes, Anakin will kill Dooku again. Obi-Wan is definitely on the ground. He's injured. Let's just state the obvious that Obi-Wan's down. So it's a mano. Anakin versus Dooku. Obviously, Dooku's very powerful. However, with Anakin using both lightsabers, I feel that eventually Anakin is fighting Dooku, and instead of Anakin getting his hand chopped off, Dooku gets his hand chopped off. So Anakin loses one lightsaber. Anakin finds an opening on Dooku, cuts off his right hand, I believe, or his, I don't know which hand it is that he doesn't hold his lightsaber in, I forget. But whichever hand his lightsaber's not in, his left or his right, he cuts off that hand, and that Dooku screeches in pain, and that gives Anakin the opening, and since Dooku still technically has his lightsaber in his hand, it's not a forbidden kill, so he slams his lightsaber right through his chest, kills him. Yoda walks in, sees that Anakin killed Dooku, and praises him with great success that he actually killed a Sith Lord, which is technically the apprentice, because we have no idea who the real mighty master is, basically, at that point. So obviously, that happens. Dooku is dead. No more Dooku. So with that, I feel Anakin will be knighted in Episode 2, which we obviously know because in Episode 3 he doesn't have the Padawan hair anymore, and he's long hair. So he gets knighted. Now, this is where the story really changes here. So obviously, Ahsoka still is on her mission to apprehend Maul. However, I believe she senses conflict in Anakin still, so instead she abandons her mission with Rex and goes and helps save the Chancellor instead. Now, who will go face Maul? Personally, I think the most powerful choice will be Master Windu, because Windu is very powerful and he can destroy Maul easily. So he'll take his troops and he'll go face Darth Maul in a hand-to-hand, I wouldn't say hand-to-hand combat, that's just sounds stupid, but I mean, lightsaber battle. Now, obviously, I believe that Windu will obviously either kill him or disarm him pretty easily, because Mace Windu, we know, has the ability to fight in the dark side. He learned how to master good and evil, and that's basically it. Personally, I don't feel that there's good and evil. There's just force abilities and bad people who believe that they're right and other people that believe they're right. So it's just good and evil is kind of weird there. But anyway, so moving right along. So now Ahsoka gets there right as the battle's happening over Coruscant, I believe. Coruscant. The over there. And let's just say that Anakin and Obi-Wan are flying, and then one of the men, let's just say Rex, got there in time. He got to the ship, and he got inside, and basically one of the other troopers, I want to say Echo, but he's already with the he's already with the Bad Batch troopers, so obviously not him. So we'll just say one of the clone troopers that is in the 501st tells him that Rex is back, and then Rex says I'm back and he's ready, and then they say an unidentified fighter has just come in, and basically it's Ahsoka, and she says hello, Master, and basically that's where the story is continues. And so we have Ahsoka now, Obi-Wan, and Anakin. The mighty trio is back in business. So Ahsoka told them that she sensed a disturbance, and she's now helping Anakin. So they all land on the ship, and obviously, now, yes, more. I mean, Windu respects Ahsoka now, I feel, because she sensed a disturbance and wanted to go help Anakin. So he understands her, basically her pain, and understands that she wants to go help her friend, and so he understands that, and basically he's not gonna reprimand Ahsoka for doing that. Now, obviously, they go save the Chancellor. Pretty much the same thing happens. Grievous escapes, and nothing new there. However, when we get back to the Jedi Temple and everything, and Chancellor is debriefed, Ahsoka watches Anakin closely. She finds out that obviously Padme's pregnant, but she already knew that. So did freaking Master Obi-Wan, but they just don't mention it or talk about it. Ahsoka goes back to the Jedi Council. I mean, and this is kind of where the conflict happens again. But Ahsoka does get knighted, so we'll give her knight power. Anakin is there and talks about how he wants to be appointed as a master to save Padme. However, Master Windu believes that there's a plot and tells Anakin to take a seat. He is appointed on the Jedi Council, but I mean, he is not allowed as a master. Again, I mean, Obi-Wan, this is where, again, it happens. Chancellor Palpatine asks Anakin to go take care of Grievous. Because, I mean, why not? I mean, yeah. But he knew. So Chancellor Palpatine knows that Master Windu is going to, like, he knows that Windu and Yoda will not allow Anakin to go. So Anakin asks that, can I take the mission and go to Grievous? However, Master Windu and Yoda speak like Ahsoka's there to help Anakin. So she tries to de-escalate the situation and suggests that she will go face Grievous with Anakin. Master Windu and Yoda nod their head in disagreement and shake their head in disagreement and say, the best candidate is Master Obi-Wan since he has the best defensive capabilities. Anakin again says, can I accompany Master Obi-Wan and we would be an easier duo to take care of Grievous. However, Master Windu again and Yoda say, no, I believe Kenobi can do this alone. Anakin is discouraged. However, he may be discouraged, but Ahsoka knows him very well and tells him, don't worry, we have other things we have up our sleeve. So, obviously, Obi-Wan goes and says goodbye, old friend, and stuff. Ahsoka finds out what the plan is. Anakin and Ahsoka now want to spy on the Chancellor. Now that the Chancellor knows that Ahsoka is there, it's going to be harder for him to try to turn Anakin. Anakin tells Ahsoka about wanting access to the Jedi library to save Padme from death, and believes that the Chancellor can save her from death. And then Ahsoka meditates on the visions that Anakin has seen and tells her that she believes that the Chancellor is the one who is putting these visions in his mind, and believes that he is the Sith Lord, because she once was in his chambers and saw all these like Sith artifacts. So obviously now we know that he's somewhat of the Sith Lord. Ahsoka and Anakin enter. This is where the scene again happens. What if Anakin, basically, in my other video, if Anakin just slashed Chancellor Palpatine? Now, obviously, we have Obi-Wan going to Utapau house still. However, Master Yoda holds off temporarily and chooses not to go to Kashyyyk to help the Wookiees right away. He believes there is a sense of disturbance, and he wants to hold off temporarily. Now, Ahsoka is a very powerful Jedi, don't get me wrong. She's very powerful in the ways of the Force. I believe she's not on Anakin level, but she can take down some Sith Lords here and there. I don't think she can take down Chancellor Palpatine in a one-on-one battle. I just don't believe it. Like, yes, she's very acrobatic, like Yoda. They both do flippy hand movements and jumping off walls, and like a mad titan, basically a mad person. But personally, I just don't feel that happens. So we obviously get to Anakin and Ahsoka in there, and Ahsoka. Well, Anakin first says, "You're the Sith Lord," and we get to that scene, "I can feel your anger." Ahsoka is about to stupidly, now, don't get me wrong, yes, she has her lightsaber ignited, and yes, he's disarmed and can easily rush the Chancellor, but she doesn't know he has a lightsaber in his hilt. Now, she stupidly rushes him, and Anakin says, "No, don't do it," and she rushes, and he ignites his lightsaber, and she backs off and force pushes him. And she smiles at Anakin, knowing that she knew that he would ignite it. So she supposedly was stupid but smart at the same time. So Anakin knew what she was trying to do to expose him. Now that they basically have, like, let's just say that R2-D2 was in there, because this is my theory, and I believe this is what happens. So we have R2-D2 now in the freaking room with a recording of Chancellor Palpatine with a red lightsaber. Oh no, it's not illegal to be a Sith Lord. However, this man has freaking tried to kill Padme 6 times, as he's already somehow confessed that, because Anakin and Ahsoka force it out of him. He's also played both sides of the war. And now I guess they'll activate Order 65, which takes him out of temporarily order, but I don't know if they can activate that. So let's just talk about how this happens. So obviously they take R2-D2, they get out of there, R2 escapes with them. They go back to the Republic. Windu's about to, I believe, leave with Master Yoda, and they're both going to go to Kashyyyk. Let's just say they both are about to go to Kashyyyk. Anakin and Ahsoka rush there in time and tell them, "We need you guys to the Jedi Council immediately. We have video proof of the Chancellor Palpatine potentially being a Sith Lord." And they show the video. And it's not incriminating for Ahsoka because she knew what was going to happen. So obviously they show it, and now Anakin asks respectfully, because now he's starting to respect Master Windu and Yoda's wishes, as he knows that Chancellor Palpatine was trying to get him on the Jedi Council to try to turn. Well, he's already on the Jedi Council, but he's trying to make him a master and try to make him turn to the dark side. Which is kind of confusing if you think about it, because if Anakin is supposed to be a master, why is it that in the whole entire Clone Wars series, Ahsoka refers to him as Master Skywalker? I mean, he's not even a master yet, so, I mean, it's confusing as hell. So explain that one to me from Dave Filoni. But anyway, let's get back to the theory. So obviously we have them, and Anakin says, "How do you want to play this? How do you want to do this?" Well, Anakin and Ahsoka say to Master Windu, "We should arrest him." And Anakin thinks it through, and says, "No, we should not arrest him." And Master Windu says, "Why not?" And finally gives in and says, "Why not, Master Skywalker?" As he tells him to kneel. So basically, he gives him the Master ability. He believes that he's ready for it, and says, "You are now a Master and full-fledged Jedi Knight of the Jedi Council. So explain to me why not." And then he tells him that he's too powerful in the rankings of politics and all of the and of the Republic. He's too high in it. Yes, he's not the Senate yet, but however, they still need to do something. So he comes up with a plan that says, we need to kill him. If we don't kill him, the war will continue and he'll just escape eventually. And then he tells them that also, I believe, Ahsoka tells them, we need to cut off loose ends as well. Tell the clones to kill Barriss Offee. Yes, the one that betrayed Ahsoka from the very beginning. I think, boom, she's dead too. Why not? I mean, just because she's very powerful in the Force, I believe. So Chancellor Palpatine could try to obtain her. So obviously that happens. Ahsoka, they get in. They lose the same guys we see that they lose in Revenge of the Sith. But obviously Master Yoda and Master Windu are there with Anakin and Ahsoka, who are probably the four most powerful Jedi at the temple right now, with Obi-Wan off dealing with General Grievous. So obviously he kills General Grievous, and now he returns home, basically, and he flying, and they finally, Master Windu and all of them turn. Chancellor Palpatine is ready to escape, and Ahsoka and Anakin can't take it and stab him right in the head and kill him. His head flies out the window and dies. They push his body out, and he is dead. Chancellor Palpatine is no more the Emperor of the Republic. Well, the Emperor of the Empire and / Republic and Separatist is dead. No more for him. So, Master Kenobi returns. He finds them all in the Chancellor's office and says, what happened? Obviously, the Chancellor is dead, and they explain, and Anakin is now a Master. They congratulate him. Anakin tells about his wife. She gives a happy and healthy pregnancy. Anakin now will train Luke and Leia as the new people until a new evil arrives to the Jedi Temple. So basically, we have Padme become the Chancellor, and that's the end of that. Now, that's my theory of how Dooku basically would have died in Episode 2 or instead of Episode 3. Yes, Grievous would have died the same way. However, that's all I have to say about that. Until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one. Will be if Luke had killed the Emperor will be my next video. And yeah, so those are all my thoughts about if Dooku died in Episode 2 instead of 3. So don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one.